Hi everyone, Sandy Trefker here. Welcome back to tutorial video number 2 for my Stacked Pages mini album using Authentique's Manly paper collection for Country Craft Creations. This video is for the decorating and finishing of the album. If you're looking for the first video, please check my YouTube channel where you'll find the video of how to construct the album. So stay tuned for the decorating. So to decorate this Manly album that I've designed for Country Craft Creations, I did take out another full sheet of the 12x12 paper from the collection, and it is this one here, Manly, I believe it's Manly 3, so that I could use the die that mats, so I could mat these tags, because I just thought it looked better with some color here on that, so I like that really well. I also took out another sheet of my colors in the brown, and I added on one ATC tag by Graphic 45 that I did not have on the original list, so I decided to add that in there, and then a couple of, like a little metal clock and some brads. So you're going to want some brads, and then I'm also going to be using on the cover and possibly inside, along with my seam binding ribbon, some natural colored button string. So we'll add that on. So this is these little ATC trading tags. I hope they're still available. I haven't checked. These are some I had left from when I designed for Graphic 45. This is the craft color, so this is what I used, and then I used the die to mat it in the brown. Strip to the spine, and this is from my scraps, and it's 1 inch by the 9. I believe that's correct for the spine here. Let me check. Yes, 9. And then I punched 2 holes and added 2 of the brads. So I'm just going to glue this to the outside of here. You won't be able to see me doing that, but I'm going to put glue on my brads. Get that glued down good. As soon as I get my glue unstuck. Some days it gets stuck real quick, and other days it does not. There we go. So I'm going to use glue across the brads and then the ends, so I can attach this down. I'm going to place it right in the center of the spine. Just kind of give it a little color and dimension with the brads there. Make sure your prongs are not sticking out. Assemble it up the best you can. And then burnish that down. Make sure your prongs of your brads are covered in the paper. Press this down really good. And grab my bone folder. And just some burnishing here. Okay. So pick that up real quick and show you. Got some loose papers in there, so I put that there on the spine. Use that cork looking wood piece of paper there. Okay, so I've got a ink box here holding this up so that I can glue everything down. So I'm going to be placing this first here on the top of this larger tag, and put this about right here. It's just peeking off the top of that tag closure. This is where I'm gonna build this up and decorate all this. So I added some of the button string here in the tag, like a quadruple or triple wrap. Okay. So a lot of this I've done ahead of time, and I'm just going to show you putting it on. So next, I think here across the bottom, I matted this sticker. This is from the sticker sheet. Life and fishing are very similar. You never know what's at the end of the line. And then I matted it to some of the marbly looking paper out of my scraps and cut around. First cut around it, then added 2 brads. So I'm gonna just, and then I kind of curved it in the middle a little bit. I'm not going to attach it flat down in the middle. So make sure your prongs don't show. So the long ones towards the inside. And get some glue on this around the prong area. Right here, but not in the center. And so then I'm going to place that here on this tag. And make sure it is straight. Push it a little bit so we can see some of that color under there. Okay, just kind of hold that down. And I like to do a lot of layering with different elements. Okay, I was going to put this stripe in here and I did not. I'm going to cut this in half. In there. Cut a little more off. This is all from the scraps, just pieces of paper that I kind of want to layer in. This is from the sticker sheet. Scallop circle with some fish hooks. I'm just kind of take that right there in the center-ish. This is a sticker tag, and I matted it to some of the plaid paper and added some string on that too. Now I want the fish to show. So I've got the string here. And make sure it glues right there. This is the Tim Holtz baseboard chipboard embellishment pieces. This is a clock. I punched a hole in the center and then added some of the metal clock hands with a brad. This is going to go here at the top. This tag a little bit. This is also from the Tim Holtz chipboards, baseboard pieces. And put that right about here. Fish sticker that I took off the sticker sheet and attached it to the brown My Colors cardstock. So I'm going to glue this dot right here, angle. Okay, and then this is a T from the Tim Holtz baseboards. My husband's, our last name is Trefker, so I'll use the T. To build it up, I added two pieces of black chipboard here on one corner. That's so that I can overlap it onto this star circle like this. Okay, so that just gives it enough lift. It's just not standing out there in the air. Okay, then I have this twine bow. I'm going to fold it in half. That I made this. It's got several loops. I'm going to put glue on it here. And I'm going to just tuck it underneath the T with the scissors so I can kind of push it under there just a little bit. And let that dry. To take the loops and work with them some. Okay. We have this little piece of a metal, it's not metal, it's the chipboard, but I'm going to glue it right there. Just because I like the looks of it. My husband has pieces of, measuring tapes like this throughout his shop. I'm just going to do it right there. And I have this piece here that I like. I'm just maybe put it there. And then I have one more little metal piece here. Right in there. And I use art glitter glue for everything, including my metal pieces. I use it just fine. I had that circle in there. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. Okay, I'm going to let everything dry a bit, and then I'm going to look, see what else I might want to add, and share that with you. I'm going to something like this right here. Put some glue on that, kind of move those out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the camera, let this dry, and then I'll come back and see if there's anything else I want to add. Okay, so while it's drying, I pulled out some metal gears that I had in my stash. Also this number 37, no particular reason, from the Tim Holtz baseboards. I'm going to glue that right in here. That, just to bring out some more depth. I love to use metal, and like I said, I just use my art glitter glue. So I'm going to glue this one right in here on the fish. Just kind of to pull everything together, make it more masculine, like things you find in a man's toolbox or tackle box or things like that. This one's going to go right here. Let that dry. I like this solid one here, it's cool. If you don't have any gears, check Butterbee Scraps. I think some of these may have come from there. Some of them I actually go out to my husband's shop and find them around on his table. Put a key right in here. There. Okay. So that's pretty much what I'm going to put on the cover. We'll let that all dry, and then we'll start working on the different things. I have pre-cut a lot of the tags, photo mats. You're going to utilize your scraps, so yours will possibly be different patterns of paper. Excuse me. Different sizes, whatever you have from your scraps. I pretty much cut up and used nearly everything I had. And then, of course, I've got stickers that I'm going to add in. And so we'll get this all decorated up. So this is done. Instead of using flowers and stuff on a masculine cover, I use the gears and the string and stuff like that. So once this dries, I'll fluff this up a little bit more. Of course, when I finish the album, I'll be adding the ribbon, seam binding ribbon closure. Okay, so that's it. I'll let that dry, and then we'll start in on the pages and the inside of the album. The cover's all dry, and I like how it turned out with all the different little elements glued down. So you see here the back here matches the front. Of course, no decorating there. Oops. I got my stuff pre-cut, so it's falling out. So I'm going to open it up here. We're going to work on this part first. And remember, we're going to keep this kind of as simple as we can throughout, because it is for a man. So here on the first cover, I took a scrap. Now yours may be a different size, a different pattern, and that's okay. Mine is about 1.25 inches. Yours could be 1 inch, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, whatever you have in your scraps. Cut it down to fit this pattern here. So I cut it down to 5 inches. So we're just going to take glue. We're going to make a belly band, a flat one. Now I've read some people can't keep items to stay in a belly band, and sometimes you do have to put a stopper down at the bottom. But the problem could also be that it's not a flat belly band. If it's flat, it's going to be tighter. If that makes sense. If you put the folds, the hinges on each side, then yes, it's going to leave space in there, and your items will not stay in. So I'm going to burnish that down and let it dry for just a second. Don't take long with the art glitter glue. And from my scraps of my brown My Colors cardstock, I cut out some photo mats. Yours can be different sizes. Utilize all your scraps that you can. So this one is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I try to use a lot of those so that 4 by 6 photos could go on there. Smaller ones are varying sizes. This one is 5 by 3 1/2. So I'll have 2 of those, and I'm just going to slide it in right here. And you see, when you put a couple of these in and you have a flat belly band, they're going to stay. They're going to stay right there where you put them. Okay, here I cut out of scraps. I cut up, this is one of the cut apart, so it's 4 by 6. This is another one of the 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then this one's an odd size. It was a scrap, so it is 4 by 7. So you can just cut whatever size you need. I'm going to slip these in here in the pocket. And then for here, I'm thinking of using some of the sticker sheet items. I like this circle one here, always up for an adventure. But I think I'm going to look and see if I have a scrap of paper in a contrasting style. So this one is like this. I think that's going to work. This is not going to be a belly band. This is just for trim. And I'm cutting it with my scissors. Normally I use my trimmer, but I have a little white here on the top I'm going to cut off. That's just to give it a little decorative look. So we'll glue this down. And in decorating, scraps, leftovers are your friend. So put that right there. Then we take this circle. I'm going to put some glue on it, make sure that it stays. Always up for adventure. Center that over it. And it had a heart in the center, and I still like that. So like that. And let's see. I love, love, love these different elements from the Tim Holtz. I'm just trying to decide which one I like the best. Here's a different one picked out. Let's see here. It's kind of cool. I could put a string on that. So let me cut some of this. Make it a double. I'm just threading it through. And I think I'll just tie it maybe in a bow. Let's see how that looks. Apply the glue. Let's see if there's another sticker that I like. Okay, so I like that. I think I'll just go ahead and leave it that way unless I think of something else. And then I like to kind of like add in a large paper clip to just kind of hold these things here on the side. So that is the inside cover and the front of the first page here. And I cut out again another out of the full sheet of the brown, my colors. So again, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And you will notice that I did punch the corners of mine. I used my We Are Memory Keepers chomper, the stub punch for that on all of my tags and things. So this is just going to slide in here. And then this is from scrap. This is, I have 2 that are the same. Well, actually, I made a booklet, sorry. So this was 12 inches by 3 1/2. Scored it at 6, folded it in half, stub punched the corners. So I made like a booklet here. So I'm going to see if we have some kind of cut apart that I want to use. Let me cut it real quick. I'm sorry I'm off camera, but I'm just cutting it with my trimmer over here real quickly. Getting all the edges clean. Like this one, it says, "Life's a gamble, roll the dice." So since this is cards back here, I thought that would look cool there. Grab some of the brown I still have left. So I think I'm going to mat this to some brown. And my husband's not into sports much, so I'm not using these sports images. So that's what's great about this collection. You have an assortment. Fishing and horseback riding, and surely something that kind of fits in with what your guy does. Mine does not do gambling, but I still like this card. So it's going to work just fine. Let's cut that down some a bit, but I still need to trim just a little bit. As you can see, if you use your big scissors, you get a pretty good straight, clean cut here. So that's going to go right here on this booklet. Make sure the bottom's here. So put the glue on it. Center that. And so that goes in right there. And then over here on this side, I'm going to go with a photo mat. Just add the scrap of paper, and it is 3.5 by 3.5 square. So that's going to go right here on this first short page. Over here on the pocket, I'm going to use this sticker from the sticker sheet, and I matted it to the brown cardstock, and I fussy cut around it. So I'm going to punch a hole for the top and use these two chipboard pieces from the Tim Holtz collection. I need a little bit of these twine. I'm going to put a piece in here. I think I want to double it. Through and then find the loops, both of them, and bring all of the rest of it back through, and then pull to create that knot, and then trim the ends here, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to put that here at an angle. Right here. And then I'm going to put these little domino up here at the top. Okay. And then this card, 2 of clubs. Put it right here. Okay, so that decorates that pocket up. Keeps it pretty flat. Here for this mat, I decided to go ahead and add another brown photo mat piece. So this is the 3 by 3. And it's going to center right there. Let's take a look at the sticker sheet. See what we've got. Yeah, I like this King of My Heart. It is also a tag. And I'm going to put it on the brown as well. And that's right here at the bottom. I have my scissors and just fussy cut along the edge. It's a nice and easy one, straight cuts. And we need the hole punch. And another bit of twine. Feed one end through, bring it up, find the loop, bring the other through. Seems to be in a single one, so I'm going to tie it in a bow so that it doesn't look just like the other ones. I'm going to tie a knot. Tie a bow. And this says, King of my heart. I'm going to put it right here, and I am not going to glue it here over the photo mat, so I'm just going to glue here at the bottom on the edge. King of my heart. And that also goes with this side over here. So I like that, how that turned out. Now let's do a tag. Take one of the Graphic 45 regular tags in the craft, and I grabbed from my scraps this piece, cut it to fit, toss it, just ink it a little bit, because it kind of showed white there. Okay. So this is just going to glue right here on the side. It's not going to be a belly band or anything because it needs to stay flat. So put it right here. Took one of the cut parts that says keeping it real. R-E-E-L for a fishing reel. Reel, and I'm just going to attach that right here. Now we just need a bow. Not a bow, but a ribbon. So I have the burgundy. I'm going to trim it down some. This is seam binding ribbon that you can order from countrycraftcreations.com. So I made a loop, sticking the loop through, opening up the loop, pull the tails up through it, and just pull. So that gives you a tie right there. And then if you don't want the ends raveling on your seam binding ribbon, I tie a knot on the end of each to where I want it to be. The same height, suppose, length rather. Grab that end. A knot. Then I just trim these off at an angle. And it's okay if they fray. Just like that. Now then this will go inside this page here. Okay. Turn it over and we're ready to do the next. We have it opened up like that. We're going to keep this plain in here. We're going to leave it just like this because I'm not sure what photos to put in here yet. So here on this one, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to put a sticker right here in the corner. Add some glue. This one says Gone Fishing. Just completely glued it down right there. Gone Fishing like that. And we have this one that opens up for a photo. And we can mat something else. I don't know if I have a square. Let's see what we've got here. This is a 3.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to cut a 3 1/4 square, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I'm going to glue that right here. How that looks with that kind of cork looking wood. There. Going fishing. We have a couple of little fish stickers here. Let's put a little bit of glue on that. Put that right there on that corner. And the other one, just a tiny bit of decorating. Right there. So this folds up like this. Oh, I had that pre-cut. It's okay. I had a mat cut for that. And then we go like that. Now then, do I want to put something on the back? Solid like that there. See if we have some sticker or something that might go there. I think I'm just going to put this right here on the back. It says "Adventurers Like a Flag" banner. It's just going to go right in here. And it folds up like that. That's kind of cool like that, that treatment like that. I like that. And then I think that this one I'm going to just leave plain unless we want to put a cut apart down here for a tuck spot. We could do that. Let's see what we've got here. The cut apart. I don't have anything still for fishing. Nice scar like that one. Don't think I have one that I like. So this one here, and I'm going to cut it straight. Use a corner rounder. I'm just using my scissor to kind of match this up. At the back of this page right here, I'm just going to glue it on the one side partly and around the bottom. And just attach it. Oops, wrong side. Off the bottom. This side. Make sure it glues off of it. And I'm just going to put it right there. Okay. And then cut out that. And this one is, I did 4 1/4, but it's 6. So it's going to go here. It's too big for that, so let's cut it down. Let's cut it down to 4 1/2. 4 1/4 and 40. 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square. How's that? That works better. And then I take the hole punch, the stub punch, and I'm going to punch the corners. 2, 2, and 4. And that just slips right in back there. And it matches this over here. Okay. Long sticker here. It says quality never goes out of style. And I'll put some glue on it. Now what I'm going to do is put it across the middle of both pages, so to speak. Kind of like an angle maybe. Put the center of it right in there and then push it down and make it a part of the page. We've got the fold. Make sure there's no glue where it sticks. Just like this. Okay. Quality never goes out of style. And then I'm going to put photo mat here. So this is from the brown, 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And again, this says it's my colors cardstock, and it's the Cafe Ole. And it comes in a 12 by 12 size from Country Craft Creations. So this is going to go right about there. And I have a piece of this. Those are my scraps. That's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Actually, I had cut it for another page and recut something. So I'm going to use this. Don't want to waste anything. I'm going to mat this down to this. And then I have a 3 by 3 of the brown. So I am triple matting this. Okay. It never goes out of style. So I have room for picture here. And here on the bottom, let's put Man, myth, and legend. There. And I'm trying to decide. I think maybe that's enough there. So leave that just like that. Okay, so that's that spread right there. Next, we're going to flip it over. Inside this pocket here, a lot of scraps. These are, you're going to have different size scraps. So these are 5 1/2 by 2 1/4. Both of them same size. Again, I just punched, so they're the same front and back. So I'm just going to layer those like this in here. And then I also had one that's in just the brown. That is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, and that's going to go right in here. And then we have this mat, 3 1/2 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to put that one right here. And the difference, I know most of my mats that I glue down, I don't punch them, but I'm going to go ahead and stud punch this one. Put that right in there. I do like that. I think I'm going to use that instead of stripe. I think that would look better with a photo. Okay, so I do this. Let's see what we've got here. We've got this racing. My husband used to do racing, car racing. He's been into everything. Car racing, flying airplanes, lots of fishing. So, I'm going to put that right there. Grand Prix of France, because he didn't do that. But he did like drag racing. Okay, so put this here. Put this angle here. So it's on the left and the bottom. And let's see what else we've got. I had another one that I really liked. Custom Auto Show. And the Paris race thing with a car on it. Let's stick this one in here. No, I think I'll put this red one in here. Okay, like that. It's just to fill it all in, different things here in this pocket. And the Custom Auto Show. And then we need a mat back here. This is a 4-inch by 5, 4 by 5 size. I'll punch this one for sure. Stick it back here. And let's see what else we've got for. This chipboard circle piece here. Underneath where that photo goes. And we need to decide something here. I'm going to put this one. I like this old car. Put it up here at the top. Okay, and something here. Let's see what we can do here. A strip of paper. Look at this. Running out of scraps. That's a good thing, to run out of scraps. I'm going to cut this one down. I'm cutting it to 1 inch tall. A little bit less than that. A little less than 1 inch to get the border strip off. Okay, and then this is 8. Now this is not going to be a belly band. I'm just going to glue it straight down to give it some dimension here. So just glue this. Consume it. And then you find the sticker. I like this one. It's north, south, east, and west. Compass. And put it right in here. Let's see if there's anything else that has to do with cars. We have the word vintage. So here, I think. Don't know if I have any more brown enough, big enough to use. I'm just going to put in that. I may have to do another brown page sheet of paper to finish all this up. We'll see. Or if I pulled in some scraps of a different color, would work. Let's see what I've got over here. Let's see. Okay, 2 3/4. Let's say 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. So we're going to glue that on there. And I'm going to punch it also. So punch real quick. And we'll put it right here. It gives it a little different look there. Okay, I like that. Okay, so we're ready for the next. I'm not quite done with this set page layout yet. So I decided to change what goes in this pocket. So I took a scrap of craft, and it is a 4x6, and then I cut down this cut apart to fit on it. So I made it, it's a 4x6, but I cut it down smaller. So put the glue on this. And this is what I'm going to put in the pocket real quick. That. Like that. And then here, I like the word vintage. So I'm going to add this. Right here. Oops. Like that right there. So we got that photo mat in there. We got this in here. We got room for other photos if we want to. This one, I haven't decided. I like it like this. So I think I'm going to do a hinge thing. So this is three inches, but I'll take one of these craft pieces. I'm going to mat it on there just a little bit. Cover this whole piece up, so this will make this up right here. I'm turning this into a flap, and it's going to fit right above up here. Okay, and then we're going to make a hinge. So that's the width of this. I've cut a piece of scrap, and I'm just going to fold it in half. You can use your scoreboard if you want to. Just make this hinge so it's about, looks like 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to glue it right to the back of this piece. So one side, put the fold to the top, put it right along the top edge, push it down, and then this is going to glue right here. So I'm going to put some glue on the back side of the hinge. Look in where I can see it good. And this we're going to put right at the top. I'm going to center it over this. And it doesn't have to go all the way to the edge. You can drop it down a little bit like I am. And it's just going to fit right there. Finish it in good. Now if you want to cover this up, we can. In a quarter. I just happened to have a scrap of that same paper. I'm just going to fold it in half and put glue on both sides. Could have used this for the hinge if I had looked for it in the first place. It would have worked just fine. Put this side down, this side down, and then fold it in half. Make sure you burnish it and let it dry. That does pop up a little bit. Put that leeway underneath that photo mat. There we go, like that. Like that. So we have this space here. And I'm going to put the sticker that says Classic. Right here. A little bit too much glue, so wipe that off. Make sure it stays straight. Okay, yeah, I like that. So put that in there. We got this mat in here. And then we need to do something to this page here. So I decided of the auto show. The auto show is going to become, this card's going to become like a tuck spot. So glue on the bottom and the back right side. So when you flip it, it's like this. These two that we already cut for the other, I like them in here, kind of tucked in there. This little short brown one. And then I also made a booklet. This is a piece of scrap that was 6 by 4, scored it in half, folded in half, punched the corners. So we also have that tucks in there. So do we want to put something on this one? This one here. Let's pull this out. Sticker, you never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. Blue. And just like okay, so I think that'll do right there. Let's put that in there. Okay, so those pages now are done. So this is done here with this, and then we're ready to move on to the next. This next part is real simple. This one we're going to leave blank for photos. Here we're going to add a little photo mat. So this one out of scrap is 2.5 by 3.5, and then I cut one out of the brown, 2 by 3. So I'm going to mat this onto the plaid. We're going to mat this onto this little small page. Here. See if I had a sticker that I wanted to go on there. We got some of this coming up here. So we have this aces. Glue just right on the bottom, on the side here. And I'm going to stick it right here. Now this I don't want sticking down. So I have some of this embossing powder stuff that it's just powder. It's on my finger on the back corner side. Yeah, it's getting everywhere, but I can go. So it's not going to, it comes off. There we go. Should have done that before I stuck it down, but now it is not sticky, so a photo will not stick back there. Whoops, I'm sorry, I kind of got off camera. So what I did was glue these two mats down on this little short page, and then put some non-sticky stuff, embossing stuff on the back of this little stamp here in the corner after I glued it down like that. So now I'm going to put some more stickers here on the side that I like. I like these dice. So I'm going to put 2 of them up there. For now, see how this looks. This one like this. This. I use a third one. 5, 6, and 4. Overlapping a little bit. And then this 4th one, I'm going to put down here by itself. Oops. Okay. I like how that looks. So this is going to stay plain, and this is this way. Got a place where we can put the picture in, and that little corner there is going to get torn. So you know what? I'm just going to snip it off right there. Just take care of that in the first place. So yeah, these are pretty much going to stay plain, I think, unless I see a sticker here. Maybe this page. I like the banners. So we're going to start doing some banner stickers here. This says he's brave. He's kind most of the time. He's bold. And he can be funny. Okay, so there's those. So that leaves room for a picture down here. I don't have any more scraps that I could put. That one would work there. We'll do that. And it's just a scrap, so it's 3 by 3 by 3. Okay. I don't see anything here that this is one of a kind. So I'm just going to put that right there in the corner. Right there. Okay, so those we're going to leave like that. And then this is really plain, unless, let's take this one like we did before. And I'm just going to put glue on it. We're going to run it across the double here. Yet still leave it plain enough for pictures. So let's put this right about here. Get our fold in that sticker. Okay, that works like that. I like that, how that looks. Okay, so we'll be ready to move on to the next double page here, right here. I cut this out of the collage. It was a scrap, so it is a little over 5, about 5 1/4 by 2 1/2, just a little bit over. There's a scrap. There's a little bit of the fishing image here. It's not the whole image, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to make a belly band right here. Another flat one, so it's just glue on each end. Right here. And we're going to place it on this little short page. Make sure it's straight. And then I folded this in half. This is a 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. That's what it was, 6 1/4. Yes. Fold it in half. Notch the edges here. I'm going to do the other one of the edges too. This is going to slip down in here, and then I'm going to decide if I want to put something on there, like a sticker or something, with that page. So let me look this over. I don't think we have any more cut aparts left. I didn't want to use the second sheet, but I may have to. Let's see here. Let's give us a little bit of color here. This was just a scrap. About 2 7/8 by 3 1/4. So I'm just going to glue that on there. Don't be afraid to use up your scraps, whatever size they are. Let's see what I want to do with that. Or I can just leave it like that. Don't think I have any more fishing stickers. But I have this good times. I'm just going to put that right in the center. Okay, just like that, so that sticks down in there. Right here, I'm okay with this partial image here, but then I saw that I still had this cut apart. And so this is something I like to do. So I have the scrap here as the background. Let me take this one out for now. I have this one. I am just going to glue this at an angle onto the belly band. And I'm going to make sure that I'm just gluing it right through the center, as I don't want any glue coming out. So I'll put some glue right here. And then I'm going to place this over it so that it glues down right on top. And then this will slide underneath here like that. So I like how that looks. So this one is blank unless we decide to add a big photo mat, which I may do. If so, I'm going to go ahead and pull another sheet of this, and I'm going to write it down on my notes so that I've added that in sheet for you. My colors cardstock in the brown, and this one is cut 4 1/4 by 4 7/8. So this is going to become a mat on this other page, simply because this has got more of the gambling of the cards and stuff, and this over here is fishing. So I kind of wanted to play down the gambling part here with the fishing. Just like this. Okay, so that gives me that right there. So turn this over. This stay the same. This stay the same, and this one as well. So next section, we have this page here. So I have a photo mat that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So I notch this. With the stub punch, and I'm just going to glue this right here onto this page. Make sure they're straight. Press that down. For this pocket, I cut a large photo mat that's 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. That's going to slide right in there. And then from scraps, I made a booklet. This one is 12 inches by 3 1/4. See what scraps you have. Scored in half. That's 6. Folded it up and then stub punched the corners. So that's a booklet that can slide in there. And then a small photo mat. You can either put it in the pocket or we can put it here. I think I'm just going to put it in the pocket. And then I'm going to look at adding this cut apart right here. So just need to trim a little bit off the top to even it out. And that's going to fit right there. I like that with the man and the woman and the motorcycle, the vintage motorcycle. So put this on this booklet. Taking my stickers. I'm going to put like my man. And my man. And if you don't like this bigger part down here, I'm going to just trim it off a little bit. Kind of balance it out more. Oops. Got to be straight though. And then we're going to stub punch the corners. I got a little shorter than I should have, but that's still going to be okay like that. Okay, so then we slide that in right there. And I'm going to put the family sticker over here on this other photo mat. Here. And then I need to decide if I want something over here. I like the train. I'm thinking it's maybe too big, or it may work. I think we can trim it down some. So right here. Sometimes you have to make an adjustment with your stickers. I'm going to put it right here. The ticket here. Let's see what else we've got here. A little wide. Like that. I'm put you on the back of this chipboard piece from the Tim Holtz collection. I don't think I'll let this away, but I'm going to put it more up here. Nice. Like that. And if we have anything else, number 35. I like that one. It's got holes in it. You could actually put some brads in if you want to. I'm just going to leave it this way. Let that dry. Put some glue down in that hole. That'll be okay. It'll dry clear. Okay, so like that. Now we're ready to move on to the next page. So instead of this one blank, as well as this one, flip it over, and now I'm ready to work on this particular one here. So we have the car that's cut down, and we have a mat here. Let's see here where I want to put this. So we have this like this. I'm going to put this mat right here. I'm trying to decide if I want the wood or this. I think I'll do the wood on this one. Let this down, and I'll give you the measurement right quick. And again, this is from a scrap of paper. So it's 3 1/4 wide by 3 1/4 tall. So that's going to go right here on this mat that I had already added from the brown. Just like that. And so this opens up this way. This is going to stay blank. That's going to stay blank. Okay, so I'm going to look and see what I did on the other one. Not that we're going to make them the same. I had a sticker. Well, we actually got the same paper. I don't have the fish. So let's see what we've got that we can put here. And then we'll put something up in there. So we've got the little stars. I like those. I'm going to put those in the corner, 2 corners. One right here. So that. And the other one. It's right in this corner. So I need something down here. I'm just going to put the courage. So that sticker right there. Okay. Courage. Opens up. And we're going to flip it over. And we've added this other piece. So this goes like that. It's blank. Flip this over for this side. So we have this right here. And this is where this car is going to cut down this cut apart to fit. So this was cut down. Used it before in the book, but we're going to use it again. 3 3/4 by 3. And that's going to fit right there. And then we're going to take a paper clip and we're going to clip this like that. Then we have our tag in here. I'm going to reverse it. It's going to put the finished side to the outside. So let's decide what we're going to do on this tag. I have a scrap here that is, just had to trim it down a little bit, about 1 inch tall of this plaid. So I'm going to put that right there. And it's the width of the tag. Stick this down right here. And then I got a sticker. It says Family Man. That's going to go right in the center. And then I have a bit of the seam binding again. Put the folded part in. Open up that loop. Pull the tails through. Pull it tight. And then tie knots on the end of each. And that goes down inside here. Okay. Now then, where this pocket is, I've pre-cut some of this. This cut apart coming and going. I always use the only way. So I have a photo mat here. This should be the 4 1/4 by, this is a little shorter, 5 5/8. So that's going to go in there. Then we have a square one, 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. I'm going to put that one in as well, because these will look totally different once you have pictures on them. And this, let me see, I'm going to mat onto some of the brown. Well, you can use the back side for a photo mat if you wanted to. And this is one of the cut aparts, 4 by 6 cut aparts. Just put it right here. Scissors and trim it. Okay, so that goes in there. And then here on this pocket, this other way. I have a strip to create a belly band. So this is of the plaid, and it's just a scrap. It's a 1/2 inch tall by 8.5. So the glue goes on here on the ends. I'm just going to attach it down about centered and let it dry for just a second before we put our let it dry for a little bit here on the belly band. And then I've pulled up some of these pieces from the baseboard from the Tim Holtz package. Whoops, don't want to put a bunch of glue on that. What's wrong with me? We'll stick it all down. Here on the belly band, about right here in the center, put glue on this, and I'm going to attach this star, the blue star. So I just got the glue on the belly band part. And then I like these pieces of rulers, measuring tapes that you find in a shop. And I'm going to put one on each side. This will just fit right on there. Gives it some dimension. Here's a black one. Okay. Stick it down too. Okay. Now I have some from the scraps. This little photo mat is 2 1/4 by 3. Stick that under there. And then this one is a folding one. So this piece of scrap was about 4 7/8 by 2 1/4, and I just folded it in half, punch the corners. Now on these, if you wanted to put a sticker, let's see what we've got. Do whatever suits you. Put that right there. A little bit. Okay, so that little fold out's going to go here. And then we have another one. I'm not going to put a sticker on it. Well, I might. Let's see here. It's the King. And it has a little thing here. A piece of string. Put that through that little hole. And there like that. Try this. A little knot in the string. Just like that, and trim this end off. It's a little booklet. I forgot to give you the measurements. This was a scrap that was 4 1/2 by 2 1/2, folded in half, and then stud punch the corners. And then it's going to go. And I did glue this down. I added some glue up a way so that things don't fall all the way out. So there we go, like that. And I put a little glue here on this, the knot of the bow. Just going to press that in there. Okay, so there's that pocket. Okay, so that's the last of it. Next, we'll need to add our closure piece here on the back. I'm going to go ahead and let's see what else. I've got some piece. Oh, I've got to do this part in here. I forgot. Not quite done yet. So the back page, we have this pocket that we added, and so I have a 3x4 cut apart, Chicago and Alton Railroad, and work hard and stay humble. So I'm going to put that in like this right there. That's a 3x4. And then this one is a little scrap that's 1 3/4 by 3 1/2. So I'm just going to stick it in there also, like this. And on this side over here, we have a belly band again. This one is from the scraps, 1 3/4 tall by 5. So this is another flat belly band so that it can hold everything securely. So I'm going to put this one right here so it's cut to fit within this part right here. Dry. Okay. And I have this cut apart with the car, the two guys working on the car. I have a booklet here that I cut. This was from the Brown. It is 7 3/4 by 3 1/4 wide, folded in half, stud punched. And I am going to glue this right on the top of this. Not the course. You can use whichever side works for you, but I'm going to keep the car part showing. The one with the car and the mechanics. My husband does work on cars. He used to work on his hot rods a lot. So it's going to go right there. And then this little booklet can just kind of flop down in here like this. And then I'm going to take this Authentique from the branding strip that I cut out, and I'm going to glue this right here in the bottom. It says Authentique. Let me slide this up so you can see where I'm putting it. Just right in here. The brands, I know that that's the collection I use, Authentique. Okay, like that. This sticker here, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be, B1. So I'm going to put that on this back page right up here at the top. Added a paper clip here to hold these two together so that one can hang on the outside. And of course I added this sticker earlier. And then here I added this little sticker, My Hero, with this picture of the mechanics, Shade Tree mechanics working on a car. So turn it to the back, and then we have the saying here that always comes on the branding strip of Authentique papers, and they're always different. This one says, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be, B1, Marcus Aurelius. And so I tend to usually put something like this on the back. So I'm looking at my scraps here right quick. I'm going to go ahead and mat this on some brown. So put it down so you can see. And this first was already used on the sticker inside the book. I'm going to go ahead and put it here on the outside. Here. Put it on straight at the top. And we're going to trim it down. Okay, right there. Push that down. Okay, so here we have the spine again with this wood paper and the two brads. The back, the front's done, so we just need to add this right here. And then we'll do a walkthrough of this to make sure everything's where we want it and it's working right. So let's grab some of the seam binding ribbon. I think I'm going to go with the beige and the cranberry or burgundy. Okay, for the tie on this closure piece, I'm going to use the burgundy and the beige. And I've cut about 18 inches of each. I'm going to first lay them flat together and tie a knot in this end. Just like that. Pull it pretty tight. And I'm going to go ahead and just trim that off at an angle. Okay. And then bring these around, keep it flat, and do the same. So you want to make sure it's laying flat and even. And then tie the knot. Pull it tight. And trim. Now that we have our ribbon piece, we can crinkle this up. I'm going to take some spray water, spray them up on my hand, and take my ribbon and just crunch it up in there. Kind of roll it around, not getting it real wet, just letting it get a little moisture just to get the wrinkles in and get them set. If you get it real wet, then you need to dry it with your heat gun. But this is going to be fine. You just squeeze it and squish it around, and then we open it up. We've got it wrinkly. And then we can take the book and it will thread through this. And then it will tie. Just a bow, or you can just loop it and tie it and leave it like that. So there's that. So let's take a look and see if I want to add anything. This is going to be really quick. Just show you what we've done so far. So of course on the front, I like everything there. A little piece that needs out. Trash. So everything looks good there. Everything's attached down good. So we have a simple belly band. I did not put a sticker on this. Kind of running low, the ones I like to use. You can put Manly Man. We can use that one. I just forgot to put a sticker there. This is a banner, little banner. And I'm going to put it right here. Okay. So we got that. So we have our photo mats in here and this added here. I like this one. Got the pockets. Tag up here. It's all decorated. And fishing. And then this. Normally I use paper clip on that too. Let's see here. Let's just put one up here so that it kind of stays down. Mat here, this. Bring this over. We've got this here in the mat. Flip out. We've got a pocket here. Like that. I love this. Ended up liking how this turned out. So you'll pull it open like here. Flip it up. Just a better bend in it. There we go. I have to make it bend. And put this here. Got this one blank, and in here I have this little mat with all these little dice and the ace cards like that, one of a kind. Like this where it's centered in the center and down in the fold part. This one here with this tag that comes out, just goes in. Photo mat. The train and some elements here and tags that come in and out. Here. That's blank. And of course this opens up like this. And the tag's not in the right spot. I missed the actual pocket. And then it's there. There we go. Into the pocket. So that opens up and closes back. And then this opens out like this. And put the paper clip on it. And here we have this pocket with a lot of the inserts and little inserts underneath the belly band. And then this one here, and then this, just like that. So yes, it's done. Okay, I'm going to pull this through and pull it closed so you can look at it, what it looks like. I want to thank you so much for following along in my tutorial. This is the decorative part of the tutorial. The main construction part is in a separate tutorial video on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you will know when my next project video is up. Make sure that you check out countrycraftcreations.com for your crafting supplies. Got a lot of wonderful supplies. The Authentique paper collection. This is Manly. I use the 12 by 12 size. The Tim Holtz baseboard junk drawer collection set. Seam binding ribbon. Art glitter glue. Score tape. And lots of other collections and fun things. So thanks again for watching. Check back again. Bye-bye.